Hello, Fallen Dragonite here again. Now then, doing a little follow-up to my 12 reviews of Christmas from 2019. You may remember when I reviewed this guy, Mumra, the Ever-Living, from Funko's Savage World series. Well, over Christmas I got two more figures. So, let us look at Lion-O from the same series. In fact, they are the same wave. And Freddy Krugger from the horror movie line of Savage World figures. So, let's get Mumra out of the way, and we'll take a look. We'll start with Lion-O. First off, I really do like his head sculpt. This kind of looks off-putting at first, but then you realize, yeah, that's the original artwork. So it's fairly accurate. The face is well painted. It's hard to tell on the camera, but the eyes do have little tiny slits in them. The costume and belt are well painted, nicely detailed. There is a gradient effect on his hands going into his forearms. And some nice details on his legs. Unfortunately, it doesn't show up on camera too well, but the orange on the torso does not match the orange on the face or arms, because the orange on here is painted, the orange on here is cast in plastic, so it's not a perfect color match, so there is that. So now we go on to Freddy Krugger here. He has all that nicely sculpted detail to make him look like the burn victim that he is. And there's a nice dark wash. It's not too heavy, but it's just enough to bring out those nice scarry details. The sash, which is actually supposed to be a sweater, is also nicely painted. It goes all the way around. He also has a brown hood. He has this soft rubber piece, as well as some nice sculpted and painted details. His legs, as you can see, his boots are nicely sculpted. It doesn't come out on camera, but there is two different shades of gray, brown on there. I almost said gray. And the eyes and teeth are also very nicely painted too. So yeah, they are fairly nice figures, and of course they are the same articulation. Of course, the head swivels. The hips are on a ball joint. There's the waist articulation. They do have arms, but on Lion-O, mine are kind of hindered, because there's certain positions that it won't go. That's as far as I can get this arm to go up before I get some dead resistance. That's as far as it will go back on him. Whereas there is no hindrance on Freddy here. And I forgot to make sure that his feet were nice and flat, because, yeah, if you're playing around with these things, it's a good idea to make sure that their hips and feet are in the proper position, or they're just going to fall right over. Now then, for accessories, let's look at Lion-O's, and he gets his little golden glove here. Now then, you can see it just snaps on his hand like so, just goes right over it. Normally this is also supposed to be used as a sheath for the sword, but there's nowhere to actually put it on his hip or anything like that. And speaking of the sword, here is the Sword of Omens, which is nicely sculpted. It's a nice metallic silver paint. Well, actually, I think it's just metallic plastic. There is the Eye of Thundera right there, but it is on both sides the Thundercats logo. There's no cat eye decal on it, which I was hoping at least one side would have the decal on it for the cat eye, and the other side would have the Thundercats logo, so you could actually swap it depending on how you want to display it. And that just goes right into his fingers like So he holds it nice and securely, but he can't hold it in front of his face to do the sight beyond sight, or hold it up to do the Thundercats call like you can in the show. But again, that's the limitation of this He-Man style of figure articulation. As for Freddy, we have his glove. Got some brown paint on the glove itself, or I think it might actually be cast in brown plastic. There's also a nice coppery metallic on these metal bits on the wrist, the forearm, and the hand, as well as a metallic silver on those nasty claws of his. No claw on the thumb, but then again, his claws were only just on the forefingers. And again, just like Lionel's glove, it just snaps on right over his existing hand, like so. And again, I didn't make sure that he was properly balanced. Okay, there we go. Freddy, you're giving me a whole lot of troubles on this video. But anyway, that's my review of these. The Thundercats, I do recall that they released the Wave 2 figures. And as for these, I do want to get my hands on Jason Voorhees, because Freddy and Jason, you can't have one without the other. Maybe Leatherface because of the weapon gimmick they gave him. I'm not sure about the other ones, and I definitely want to get my hands on the Mortal Kombat ones because, let's face it, I'd love to get a Scorpion in this scale. Yeah, it looks like his fingers are supposed to go in the glove, but they actually don't. But anyway, that is my review of these two Savage World figures from Funko. And I hope to see you guys again next review. Bye!